All right, welcome to room 261. My name is DeNeve. I will be your algebra instructor. All right, so today's lesson is on something called synthetic division, and we'll use synthetic division to divide polynomials by linear factors. And what we mean by linear factors is a factor that could be written as x minus some real number. Okay, and so we can't use this to divide by, say, x squared plus 4 or something like that, but we can use it to divide, as the example that you're about to see shows, by something like x minus 2. Okay, so in order for us to explain the synthetic division, I think it might behoove us to use long division first. And so this is not synthetic. This is long division, and I think that you've probably done this in Algebra 2. And so you can see I've got a polynomial, and I want to divide it by x minus 2, not even written it out here. And so you might remember how this works. You say x times something is x cubed. And so you say, oh, x squared. And then you multiply x minus 2 times x squared, and you get x cubed minus 2x squared. And you subtract. And when we subtract, we got to make sure we put this in parentheses. We have negative 9x squared minus a negative 2x squared. And so that would be negative 7x squared. And then we would bring down this plus 20x, just like you do in long division with numbers. Now, x times something is negative x squared, is what we ask. And x times negative 7x is negative 7x squared. And we multiply negative 7x times x minus 2. And we get negative 7x squared plus 14x. And again, put it in parentheses and subtract. And we end up here with 6x. Bring down the minus 12. And x times 6 will give us 6x. So we'll put plus 6. And then 6x minus 12. And so we get a remainder of 0. Remember that a remainder of 0 means that x minus 2 is a factor of x cubed minus 9x squared plus 20x minus 12. This is a perfectly acceptable and effective way to do this division. However, it is true that we can do this a little bit simpler. And so what we do is we put the 2 over here. Remember, we were factoring an x minus 2 out. Okay, and so I'm going to put the 2 here, and then 1, negative 9, 20, and negative 12 across the top. Those were our coefficients. Okay, let me just back that up for you. Those are these numbers. So you see 1, and then 1x cubed, negative 9, negative 9x squared, 20, 20x, negative 12, negative 12. You can see that I've drawn a line here, and I've left myself some space. Okay, and so the process works like this. You just take this 1 and you bring it down and you put it right here. Then you take 2 times 1 and put it right there. 2 times 1 is 2. And then we add, negative 9 plus 2 is negative 7. And then we take 2 times negative 7, and it's negative 14. And then we add 20 and negative 14, and that's 6. And then we multiply. 2 times 6 is 12. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. And if you look, you could totally see what's happening here. You know, all these numbers match the long division process. Okay, this 2 matches this 2, and this negative 7 matches that negative 7, and negative 14, and negative 14. And so on down the line. It's just a little bit faster way to divide. It's totally important to notice that the remainder was 0. What this means is that x minus 2 is a factor, and then it goes in x squared minus 7x plus 6 times. Okay, so that's the division, and there's going to be another video with a couple other examples on it. But what we're going to be doing here is we're going to say find the roots of a polynomial, and the polynomial we just use is the one we're still talking about, x cubed minus 9x squared plus 20x minus 12. And we're going to have directions that look like this. Given that one of the roots is x equals 2. Okay. Now, we just did the division. And so we learned that x cubed minus 9x squared plus 20x minus 12 is equal to x minus 2 times that quotient, which was x squared minus 7x plus 6. Now, when we say roots, that's like, when is this thing equal to 0? All right? And so it's equal to 0 at x equals 2, and then also where x squared minus 7x plus 6 equals 2. And we can get those answers by factoring sometimes, and sometimes we can get those answers using the quadratic formula. And so here, we've got x minus 6 and x minus 1, and so the roots are x equals 2, x equals 6, and x equals 1, which is why you may have noticed a sign in our classroom that says that the official polynomial of room 261 is x cubed minus 9x squared plus 20x minus 12, because our answers are 2 and 6 and 1. How clever. All right, again, there'll be another video with a couple other examples, but this one gets you started as well. Thank you.